Welcome to Geopointers, a video series highlighting key Geopointe functionality. Welcome to another Geopointer video, and today we're going to look at the technology known as thematic mapping within Geopointe, which is a functionality that enables you to aggregate large sums of data across the map and visualize it in a more consumable form. So here we have a data set at the moment. If I come to my layer manager, you can understand what that is. So it's an accounts data set. We are looking at customers in this instance, and we're actually color coding by the contract value field upon the record. And you can see from the legend it breaks that down into certain ranges. Now this gives us certain insight. It definitely gives us, geographic location of each one of these accounts, and at a glance we can see vaguely what ranges each one of those records appear in. But what we would like to understand is per the shapes within Geopointe, and in this instance I'm going to run it by state, how well each one of those states is performing from a contract value perspective. The way in which we create thematic maps is essentially we come to the plus symbol and we can build a thematic map out in this way. But I've actually built one already, and it's actually contract value by US state. If I go to edit this, you can see how this is built. It's really simple. It's not an onerous task in any way. We give it a name. We can save it within a folder, a description if you'd like. We define the dataset we want to build it upon. So this is the dataset you're visualizing here. And then we can specify the metric within that dataset we want to aggregate. So in this instance, it's contract value, and we're going to sum it across each one of those states. And then lastly, you can see here, we're defining US states as how we want to break this out. I'm going to run it now just by clicking on it. And then you can see in the background, underneath the pins, the thematic map shows. Now I will hide the pins for now, just so we can see this in a little bit more clarity. And you can see it's aggregated each one of those pins you previously saw, and it's aggregated the contract value field and then given us a visual representation for each one of those states based upon the different shading. And I can click on each one of these states and then get the aggregate information across that state. So here we have 74 accounts and a certain sum of contract value. In Colorado, slightly different picture. Now we can go that little bit further as well, so this is obviously good information, but we can actually correlate that information with different data sets as well. So very simple to layer different data on top, see those correlations, provide insight and potentially make decisions. So some of the data I have on the map now is, I've got all my hot leads showing, and then we can see the relationship with how that contract value spans out. Also the opportunities that are open and in the last stage of negotiation and proposal and quote as well. And we're using heat mapping in this instance on the amount to see where those largest opportunities that might be closing in the next quarter, let's say, are happening. And we can see certain hotspots where we potentially don't do normally very well. So these might be areas we want to focus. So really short video there, just to give you the understanding of the strength of thematic maps and how you might use them in your day-to-day. Thanks for stopping by. We hope this video has been useful. If so, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, where you will find more helpful tips and tricks.